Hello, my name is Mike Nelson. I'm the director of the Language Centre, and a little while ago the Student Union sent out a questionnaire to all of you to ask about your views on the Language Centre, and the Student Union representatives came to our development day and gave us that feedback, and now I'd like to give you a little feedback on the feedback that you've given to us. The first thing that came out of your feedback was that you would like to know more about what we do when you give us feedback. So I'd like to just say a few words first of all about that. We have 4 levels of feedback which we take from you, the students at the Language Centre. The first is that at the course level, so every teacher always takes feedback from each course, and that's generally used by the teacher to develop the course afterwards. So it's highly likely then that you as a student wouldn't hear what happens to that particular feedback, but it goes back into developing the courses themselves. The second level is that twice a year I take feedback from courses and I deal directly with students, and I send out a web report questionnaire. Some of you may have already answered those in the past, and then I put them all together. I send the feedback to the teachers involved, and if there are any development issues, then we talk about those. And then each student is able to get an overview of the feedback of any given course that they've been on, where we collect the feedback from, simply by sending me an email. So you're very welcome to do that. Once a year, in March, we have a development day, and the Student Union has traditionally sent out a questionnaire before to find out your views on the Language Centre, and they give us that feedback. That feedback is then taken directly into our planning, our toimintasuunnitelma for the following year, and there have been many examples where we've taken things as much as we possibly can into our planning. Finally, we meet with Student Union representatives 4 times a year now. Once at the beginning of each term and once at the end of each term, and they give us direct feedback and requests, and again we try to act upon them as quickly as we possibly can. So we are listening, and we do want to try to respond to your wishes. From our development day and the feedback that you gave us, I'd like to just go through some of the issues that you have all raised and give you our replies. One of the key issues that people have mentioned many times to us over the years is that your language courses and obligatory courses clash. So you would need to go to both at the same time. You can see from the results of the survey on the left-hand side that nowadays those things are getting better. We've been working very closely with the faculties to ensure that these things don't happen. Every now and then, due to miscommunication, we still have accidents, and they do happen, but they are much less than they are, and we take it as a top priority to make sure that the language courses don't go on top of faculty courses. Here are some other questions that were raised, and I'd like to take this opportunity to answer them. First of all, then there was the wish for many e-exams and alternative ways of studying. The university is now introducing this exam program for electronic testing in Tentia Quario, and so we will be starting in that when it goes online in the autumn, and slowly building up a portfolio of e-exams that students can take, giving an alternative way of doing things. Likewise, both the rector and yourselves are wishing for more summer courses, and we've already been in contact with Open University about this, that they could provide courses, but we're also looking into increasing our own online and self-study options for the summer as well. I'm sure you've noticed, for those of you who are studying with us at the moment, that we've moved into new premises in Agora, and your feedback told us that everybody is pretty happy with that, and so are we. We've been very, very pleased with it. But there were some kind of less, perhaps minor things that students were less satisfied. Mostly the fact that we've not allowed eating and drinking in the classrooms. I'll come back to that in a moment. And then there were issues of the tables and chairs being too cold, and then the electric wire poles that come down in some of the studios, they're blocking the view. First of all, then the carpets were actually the architect's decision, and what it does is it dampens the sound, so it makes like learning and listening to class a lot better, and so that when people are talking there's not a terrible noise. The tables we have also noticed are too narrow and small, and we're hoping to get some more. For those of us who actually work all day in this building, it has been too cold, and we've also had some problems with the lighting, and all of these things have been reported forward, and hopefully they will be fixed soon. And the poles that are blocking people's view in the studios are being replaced with narrower ones. So all these things are in hand. As regards to the food and drink, you can see from my slide here that we have approximately 2,000 students visitors per week, and if you think then of the equation of carpets on the floor and food and drink, the inevitable consequences be spilling and dropping things and an increase of dirt. Last week somebody had dropped food on the floor and then stood on it and then walked it all the way to the outside door, which meant we had to get cleaners in specially to fix it and clean it. So as we're already paying a lot of money every month for cleaning, then what we want to do is to try to keep everything as clean and as nice and new as possible for as long as possible. Water bottles, of course, are allowed, so nobody needs to be dehydrated when they're learning languages. So I would ask for your understanding on this matter. I know that it doesn't please everybody, but our teachers are also not allowed to take their drinks in or food in there either, so it's a kind of an equal situation. Other things that came up was in our new premises that you would like a closed room for self-studying, and we actually have one. So if you come to our self-study area on the second floor and ask our staff, they can show you where you could go to study quietly. You're very welcome to do so. Finally, you were asked what languages you would like to learn that we are not teaching already, and Arabic was the number one. We also had a request for the Star Trek language of Klingon, but as we don't have any Klingon native speakers easily at hand, then we've had to drop that idea, unfortunately. But Arabic we're definitely looking into and hopefully starting in the autumn, but it's all a matter of money, and we're having to cut back like everybody else in the language centre, so I can't give a definite answer about that for now, but we have noted your wishes, certainly. Finally, communication. You can see from the slide there on the right hand side that different faculties have been able to find information about us to varying degrees of success, but it's something that we have worked on, and we're hoping again to improve with this in the future. And you can see our Facebook page here on the left hand side, so please come and have a look at us on Facebook. We try to keep up to date with things there as well. And finally, a big thank you to everybody who took part in the survey, and our thanks and best wishes to all our students for taking part in our courses and hopefully enjoying learning languages with us. So I wish you all a wonderful remainder of the term. Thank you.